It's a dark and stormy night where I am right now, and it's the perfect time to go to the shores of hell. Welcome back to DosBox and the original program itself, Doom, version 1.1, emulated in DosBox. And the first thing you might notice is that I think I've fixed the aspect ratio to be as true to the old school as it possibly can be. There's a setting in DosBox that says aspect equals true, and so I've set that, and now it should be emulating the tall rectangular pixels of CRT monitors of old, meaning that it's actually being displayed in the correct 320 by 240 resolution. In my previous Knee Deep in the Dead playthrough, I had it set to a 4:3 resolution, but it wasn't scaling the pixels correctly. It was using square pixels still, meaning it was 16 by 10 being stretched essentially. But here we go. I got pulled up on it many times in the comments, and rightfully so I think I've rectified it now. And so you'll notice that everything's a bit sort of, narrower and taller than it was in the first video. So I've been able to move keyboard cam out of the way. Hello. Let's go to the shores of hell this time. On the hardest skill level they got in version 1.1, Ultra Violence. And here we are. With the, I think it's Whistler from Zion National Park as the sky. The sky looks cool when it's rendered in the resolution it was drawn for. And let's go to the famous inverted cross. I remember this really stood out to me when I first saw it as a kid. And I guess that's the idea, right? Pretty cool. And it hurts if you stand in it, just like that. Now, episode 2. I actually really like this first map, and I think that's a pretty widely held opinion. I think a lot of people like Deimos Anomaly. It's a cool starting map. And it was actually co-designed by Tom Hall, I found out. I thought it was a pure Sandy thing for quite a while, but no, Tom Hall did have a role to play in making this map, which is cool. But I'll talk about that more as we go through the maps, because that's a theme throughout this episode, is that it's a Tom Hall Sandy combo. Also, Sino reckoned that it was cursed that you could see the sky in the Doom from memory, but no, the sky was here. It was always here. Now, differences in the maps. There's not as many in episode 2, but here is one straight away. The monsters can teleport in map 1. They stopped it in later versions so that the monsters couldn't use the teleporter, but here they can. And I actually kind of like it. I think it's cool and interesting. So I'm not sure they should have changed it, but they did. I guess they thought it was unfair or something. So there we go. Now let's go back and get the secret, because that introduces us to 2 new things. If you're playing Doom for the first ever time back in the day before Doom 2 and everything, this room was your introduction to the Cacodemon and, don't kill me, the plasma rifle. So I probably don't want to use too much plasma here, so I wouldn't mind leaving some for the exit room. But yeah, look at this, the Cacodemon. This is its introduction if you found this secret. Lurking in this very small room in the darkness. It's hard to tell how well it can fly, to be honest. It's interesting, it's a theme throughout episode 2. They kind of used it as more of like a lurker enemy in all these like little spaces. Didn't really take full advantage of its flight yet, which is, yeah, pretty interesting given how we're used to Cacodemons being used these days. Alright, now let's see if I'm surrounded by imps here. No, they all teleported back. Now with my health being a bit bad, letting these pinkies down would be pretty crazy, so I'll just pick some of them off from down here. But yeah, episode 2, so I have to admit, just straight up, I'm not the hugest fan. In terms of like IWAD maps, I would say that episodes 2 and 3 of Doom 1 are like my least favourite. Not to say that I don't like them at all, I do like them, and I've played them plenty of times, and they're very cool in their own way. I like the atmosphere, especially of episode 2, but they're my least favourite. I preferred episode 1, Doom 2, and the final Dooms over these. But okay, here's something that they only used a couple of times in Doom. In Toxin Refinery it was a yellow key, and in this map it's a red key, but it's an area where it's a secret that's accessed with a key. So I don't think you need the red key for anything else on this map, except to get this secret, and that's kind of cool. I wish they'd kept using that as a mechanic, going forwards, game design wise. Okay. Now, something I've definitely noticed from playing this, version 1.1 emulated in DosBox, with the Pinky's bite attack being a short-range hit scan attack, it's a bit harder to avoid it when they're up close to you, pushing them back with the shotgun, for example. So you really do need to get some space. And here is where you would be introduced to the Cacodemon if you hadn't found the secret, once again in a sort of narrow passageway where it's lurking. Guess they hadn't quite figured out the full potential of it yet. That's what I wanted to save the plasma for. And we can move on. Deimos Lab. And yeah, I really like the picture for the intermission here in episode 2, the slowly constructing Tower of Babel at the bottom. I'm going to pistol start all these maps just for fun. So IDC LEV 2.2 this time, episode 2, map 2, and Containment area. This is where Tom Hall's mapping really joins the party. The original Great Maze. It's such a cliche these days, but this is the original one. So it obviously gets a pass for that reason. And it's pretty cool. It's overdone these days, but back when this was new, it wasn't overdone yet. And it's the perfect place, in my opinion. It's a really cool bit of game design to introduce the Berserk. And this is indeed the first introduction to the Berserk in all of Doom. I'm not sure how they came up with the idea to have this power up, but it's a very cool idea. And yeah, this close quarters crate maze with all these imps, great place to introduce it and teach you about it. So in honor of all of what I've just said, I'm going to try using it for the entire crate maze at least. Because this map actually... Okay, well, not this bit because there's barrels. Yeah, this map, I'm pretty sure doesn't have Cacodemons or Barons yet. So it is all just back to the lower tier guys. And really atmospheric. I really like their decision to have this hell overtaking the tech base in episode 2. Originally when Tom Hall made the sort of foundation of a lot of these maps, they were meant to be just tech based still. A sort of military base on the Deimos moon of Mars as opposed to Phobos from Knee Deep in the Dead. But then when they brought Sandy on, I guess, or maybe before that, they decided to have this also be being taken over by hell and put a lot of sort of hellish textures and themes in all these maps. And it was a really cool idea. So way back in the day, at Doom's inception, Tom Hall made it this sort of hub-style game, I think at Carmack's request, and it was all meant to be just taking place in the military bases. And then later in development, they realised they couldn't really do the hub system in the time they had, and that they didn't want it to be all just military bases. So they had Hell encroach on things a bit earlier in the piece than was originally planned. And Sandy did a really cool job, I think, of retexturing these maps to follow that idea and follow that theme. Now he did of course add some architecture to the Tom Hall maps, so it's not all pure Tom Hall, but if you see a lot of the alpha and beta content, that's the third green armor now, by the way. If you see a lot of the alpha and beta versions of these maps, they are actually quite similar. Sandy didn't do that much to them. Okay, I have full shells now, so let's swap and go to an area that sort of highlights exactly what I'm talking about. This main area over here. So this used to have tech-based textures, but then Sandy reskinned it with the green marble. Hell is taking over. Pretty cool. You can see this map quite prominently in one of the alpha versions, and that room especially. Now here is the very unceremonious first introduction in all of Doom to these guys. That's where they decided to put them for the first time if you were playing on Ultraviolence. Now, a map difference. See a switch in the window there, because when you get around there what you're meant to do is press it to open this door. In later versions they made it need the blue key, just like this door. And I think, as the cutting room floor thinks, the reason they did that is because it's very easy to just press the switch from down there. And look, I have the red key, I could be exiting the map now if I wanted to. Also this texture on the wall here, it's different. They made it the green skull in later versions. So yeah, I guess they realised that you could press the switch a bit too easily, and so they made the door need the blue key. Pretty sensible and smart compromise to fix that problem. Now this map has like 12 secrets in it, so I'm going to try my best to get them all. Also, this must be Sandy, right? Because look at this. In the factory in Doom 2, he has this exact same idea to go across the pool of Hurdy floor to get the key. Unless that is a Tom Hall idea that Sandy simply ripped off for the factory. Maybe we could ask him. Single barrel shotgunning demons. Is there anything more Doom 1? Alright, now here's one of the secrets. You can go down this one of these thingos and go into this passageway. Pretty sure those things were made by Tom Hall. And now I'm going to take... actually, I'll explore most of this area first because I want the plasma rifle. And then I'll go to the bit with like the electric claws that hurt you. Because there's lots of secrets there. But yeah, episode 2's maps, so I guess why don't I like them as much? Because they're quite clearly designed to be a bit sort of flatter and boxier, and they were still sort of, Tom Hall especially was still in kind of like Wolfenstein mode, quite obviously. Yet another green armor. When he made them. So there's these like, they take non-linearity and maziness to the extreme in a way that just isn't quite as fun to play as the Knee Deep in the Dead stuff or Doom 2 stuff, in my opinion. I know a lot of people actually swear by Doom 1's Episode 2 and Episode 3, and that's totally cool. I'm not here to tell anyone that they're wrong. I like these maps fine. Like I say, the atmosphere of them is really cool. Now, and some of them like spawning Vats, which of course is a while away from now, but it is really fun to play actually. It's a really cool sort of mishmash between tech base and being taken over by demon stuff. Now, this sequence here, I think Sandy must have been pretty influenced by Romero's secret within secret style, because there's a secret. This is a secret. This wall here is a secret. And then this is a secret. Now they make sure to give you a computer area map, I think, in every single map in Episode 2 except for the first map. And I guess that's to compensate a little bit for the incredibly mazy design. Or it's just that they thought it was an item that should be included everywhere. Now the crusher rooms. This is just the last little bit. Oh, and of course the yellow key areas. Yeah, see, I've got the yellow key now. I could be going and doing those rooms, but I'll do them at the end, just to try and save on heaps of backtracking. But yeah, when you pick up the chainsaw, you reveal lots of these guys. Now, funnily enough, to get 100% kills in this version, I will need to kill them all. Because, well, this is for this version. For Doom 1, generally speaking, lost souls count to the kill count. Them not counting was a thing added in Doom 2 because of pain elementals. So there's no 21 lost soul limit, and they do count to the kill count. Of course, they realised that when pain elementals were a thing, they might have to do something about that, and they did. Here's another secret. You just walk into where the light is over there, and that lowers this soul sphere. And here is the switch, which they assumed that you'd only be able to press now. And look at my health, 199. If you hadn't seen me play through Episode 1, you wouldn't know necessarily, but yeah, health is capped at 199 in these earlier versions of Doom 1. Of course, I was just talking about needing to go to the yellow key areas, so let's go. This is where we get the rocket launcher. Map difference, there was crates added to this window here, and the cutting room floor speculates that's for deathmatch. On the other side there was a step added as well, and so you could see through this window and rocket each other. And that seems like a pretty plausible explanation to me. And I think all the rooms these switches open up count as secrets. And there's a chain gun in one of these rooms, which actually I'd really like right now. Oh no, the chain gun's not here. This is the rocket launcher, of course. I thought there was a chain gun and a rocket launcher. But no, the chain gun's in the other area that I'll go to soon. Through that window over there. But yeah, I have to enter all of these rooms, I think, to get every secret, because each one of them is tagged as a secret. Now, let's see if I can navigate the maze without using the map decently. I think we have to go all the way around to be able to go to the chain gun. Yes, to here. So, not this window, but the other one. There's like a step here, so you can shoot through both ways. Also, for some reason in this earlier version, they had more yellow key markings on this door than in later versions. I don't know why they removed them, like, it looks fine to me. Also, this is a rare door in Doom that I noticed doesn't have the standard door trap texture. There's just random wall instead. The famous donut lined F specials. And then I'm pretty sure the chain gun is tagged as a secret, so there we go. Hopefully now I have all the secrets and hopefully all the kills. And I could be checking the computer area map to make certain of that, and maybe I will. Yeah, it's here. Is the exit? Let's see, follow mode off. Looks like everything to me. So yeah, in old school DOS Doom, you only find out whether you got 100% kills and secrets at the end here. There's no rolling counter throughout. I do feel a little bit naked without it, I'm not going to lie, but here we go. Refinery. Pistol start. Now this map actually is quite hectic to do a pistol start on. Got to be quite careful. Something I like to do is just sort of quickly get in here, grab the armor, try and snake my way down this part of the room, get the chain gun, and then carve myself a path straight back out again. And I'm not too concerned about my health, because there's a berserk that I can grab on the way out. I just don't want to get penned in by the cacodemon. I don't have the berserk yet, so let's go get it. Okay, and there's 2 cacodemons, so let's go and get some more ammo. The annoying thing about using the berserk here is that when I pick up these bullets, I may auto-switch to the chain gun. Okay, look at all these shells I'm picking up, but no shotgun. Let's fix that. And then go back and get everyone before I forget, or before they come find me. Like this. Don't want you randomly following me around the map, my friend. And all these cacodemons in here, useless. There'll be another cacodemon in here somewhere. I just want to make sure I'm not getting ambushed by it. Okay, is the pinky angry at it? It looks like it is. Let's just take care of this myself. And I have a berserk. And we get lots more shells here. So there we go, that's the relatively hectic pistol start of this map. And that's the way that I deal with it. I did grab the rockets. Okay. So these cacodemons here, I guess I have enough ammo to deal with them now. I heard you. And of course I can point out something that I think people are very aware of. I mean, Decino pointed it out. But the texture at the back of this room where the cacodemons are with those valves in the corner there, this is the only place in all of the iWads where that texture got used. Yes, they didn't like it very much. And yeah, these cacodemons, you only need to kill them for 100% kills. Ah, a very satisfying double kill. Ah, you've made it all the way out here. And there was the stim pack blocking him. Okay, now you don't actually ever have to cross that slime. I just did, of course, because I really wanted the shotgun. But you can come around here, and there are some secret doors that allow you through all the rooms that you want to go into. Let's just go grab the backpack though. Always handy. And that's a secret, of course. But yeah, in this room is a way to get through to another room. I'm not sure which part of the wall it is, right there. And you've got to be careful to walk slowly through here, because I've noticed that in this old school DOS Doom, it is very easy to skip line defs, and so sometimes you won't actually tag secret areas if you're not very careful. And sometimes you can even miss teleporters entirely. Let's make sure that all these guys get hit by barrels as soon as possible. And look, here's the Baron, coming back as like a champion-style enemy after its sort of boss battle in episode 1. And I think that's the only one in this map. But there's several more in the next couple of maps. Now, the music in this map being the intermission music, I can't say I'm the hugest fan of that. I really wish they'd used pretty much any other track and just left the intermission music as the intermission music. It's a cool like track, I really like it, but you know, if it's going to be used as the intermission, keep it that way. Okay, now here's another secret, and those lost souls came to find me from there, so we're good. And now we can go through, I already got the cacodemons, so you just come back through here, and now we're at the blue key room again. Actually, I don't want to use that just yet. Save the plasma up for some cacodemons later on, maybe. And I am running a little bit low on shells. Oh, I do have a chain gun, that's perfect. Alright, I've got plenty of ammo then. Hear a projectile exploding just there? I think that was one that might have wrapped around the map. All the way back in version 1.1. Doing its thing. Okay, yeah, here's this spooky room. You can see in this like relatively lower resolution, it actually makes it that little bit spookier, I reckon. But it's pretty cool how the Lost Souls render in full bright. I would have, yeah, that's what I assumed had already happened. So yeah, pretty creepy stuff, especially for its time. Remember, when this game came out, it had the best graphics. So people's imaginations weren't as sort of, you know, jaded and used to this kind of thing. So they really went into overdrive and made this kind of thing a lot scarier than you might think. You can only use your imagination when you have, well, okay, I don't know, you can use your imagination for whatever you want, but your imagination is of course affected by your frames of reference. Okay, this is the cacodemon I was thinking of. Nearly used the perfect amount of plasma. Now there should be a radiation suit just in here, which will allow me to very safely come and get this secret, which I believe is the final one. And we'll pick up a power-up that doesn't have the gong sound, because that was only added in version 1.666. Pretty much at the exact same time as Doom 2 became a thing. Okay, and then there's just these pinkies from here that you can see from the start. And that should be everything. We don't get a computer area map in this map, but let's see. Ooh, I missed a kill. There'll be an imp or something hanging around somewhere. Oh well. So here is the map from the demo. And here is the first secret, which the demo shows you can get. So now we get to watch me play through it finally, rather than just the demo. And there's a difference that I can point out pretty much straight away here as well. We'll let those guys catch up. Different texture for the switch compared to later versions. Oh, the switch which lowers the lift, which I just tried to lower myself. And now this secret here is triggered in a really unconventional way. You walk here, and then back out again. Don't know why they decided to do it that way, but it's kind of cool. Really sort of obscure though, admittedly. Okay, I like those lost souls hurting each other. And they're getting blocked by all the items on the ground, so no big deal. So yeah, this map's much tougher if you don't come and get these first couple of secrets to pistol start. Now, have you imps caught up with me yet? Kind of. And let's go and get the stuff from these areas before moving on. This map is actually surprisingly long, and it has this kind of like tonal shift. This first bit with the like, you know, big nukage pools, and then it goes to like the underground areas. And I'd really like to get this guy crushed, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to push past without losing a lot of health. Took many shotgun blasts and a cacodemon fireball. Demons do, I mean, I know they're not, don't get me wrong, but demons do feel just sort of like tankier and scarier and more dangerous in this version of Doom. And by version I mean, you know, like DOS, and old school Doom 1, all that kind of stuff, all of it combined, not just the fact that it's version 1.1. Now it's really handy to get this chain gun. And we come to this bit where we're going to be taking on one of these guys. I really like how they use that texture to denote that you're about to fight barons pretty often in Doom 1. And the chain gun's actually a relatively quick way to get rid of the guy compared to the single barrel shotgun, I find. Although actually I want to save up a bit of bullets for... the wall was there. Couldn't dodge into the wall. Yeah, I want to save up the bullets for who's up here. So you can press this and sort of continue around these pathways, minding the crushers. Then you have to fight a cacodemon in close quarters. You can see this is in keeping with them being this sort of like lurker style enemy that I'm talking about. And there's another one around here, but there's some lost souls to help distract it. Or distract me. So yeah, it took until at least episode 3 of Doom 1, I think, especially Doom 2, before they started to really utilise the full potential of the cacodemon as a flying enemy. Now you can just run straight to this. Of course, this is a secret here. And I want the berserk still out actually, because if you walk around the slime in this direction, it reveals this room, and there are a lot of pinkies here. And what was I saying about pinkies being dangerous just before? So let's sort of back up, or they'll surround me very quickly. But of course I want to also punch them out before my rad suit runs out. And I want to punch them all out so I don't use too much ammo. I've got to be careful not to get surrounded. Their hit scan bite is more deadly, I reckon, I'm going to call it. It's more deadly than their later behaviour. Okay, but I'm getting some decent RNG rolls on the punches here, and they're going down pretty quickly. It's okay, that went quite well despite my whinging. Let's just grab this so that I reset the timer. As well grab that. And all this good stuff. Well, see, there's no need to pick up those health bonuses because you can't get 200 health. Well, okay. I'm wasting a lot of power-ups here, but whatever. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of imps here, not here. Here. And we're nearly ready to go to the second half of this map. Another one of these guys lurking. The exact right amount of bullets, it would seem. But yeah, now we go from a blue room to a red room. Good on you, Sandy. And then we can get the yellow key. And this is a fast crusher, which means it won't do as much damage as a slow crusher. But it still helps if we can draw the Baron into it. But he's decided to go for a walk. Come on, man, don't go walkabout. And be crushed. So I'll start pumping shells into him anyway because the crusher takes ages otherwise. But it's still nice to lure him into it to help you out. There we go. And the sound pitching didn't ruin his cry, which I love. Okay, now we have to go through this long, tedious optional bit. Not a huge fan of this area, as you can tell from the fact I just called it tedious. But I'm trying to get 100% kills and secrets, so it's necessary. And I mean, it'll help me with ammo, I think. Although I don't want to use too much ammo in this section because the final bit doesn't give you that much ammo and it can be a bit tricky. Fair few cacodemons and a couple of barons in a relatively tight little sort of circular area. Now, this is a secret here. Just want to take the barrels out before I get there. And then come through this secret. Maybe I should have done the other secret first, but whatever. You can actually get trapped on this thing, so you don't want that to happen. And then in here is a secret with a bunch of lost souls, which I always forget about. But they're part of the kill count, so I had to come in here to get these guys. For that reason alone. Unpeg texture. And then here, and yeah, you can jump down here. And I think actually the secret is this little platform here, so I want to stand on that to make sure I've tagged it. Unpeg texture again. Okay. And now there should only be one more secret to, oh no, two more secrets to go on this map. First one's right here. Very handy. And then I really wish I had a rocket launcher to be firing all those rockets. Okay, I would love to punch out the Pinky and then deal with Cacodemon with the shotgun. I'm getting some lucky low damage rolls here. This is a nasty place to take on Cacodemon. Once again being used to lurk. I'm pointing out every time just to really emphasize that they really did seem to use them in these like tight spaces in episode 2 for some reason. Very rarely in some outside areas. I think spawning Vats is the only place I can think of off the top of my head where they sort of have a relatively large open area to fly around in. Alright, now where are the Barons? Oh, there's another Cacodemon. Let's try and get rid of you ASAP. I should get you to infight the Barons, but whatever. We're nearly done here. Bunch of imps. Let's focus on the Barons actually. Yeah, he's stuck. Alright, let's punch out the imps then. So I have a berserk after all. The Baron's helping me. Now, this plasma will be enough for at least one Baron. And then wherever the other one is, I'll get him with a combination of this plasma and the shells. Oh, and the bullets apparently. Thank you, auto switch. And then hopefully, there's just a couple of enemies in here, and that'll be all the kills and secrets when I get the secret in here as well. So you gotta jump down here and press that. It teleports you back here for some reason, so you gotta go back and then teleport it one more time. Punch out a couple of imps in the exit. Walking in here makes this bridge raise, giving you one more soul sphere. And now let's see if I got everything. I did. So there we go, Deimos Anomaly. I quite like map 4 to be fair, but now we have to do Command Center. You can probably tell from the tone of my voice, not a huge fan of this one. So first things first, my tactic is get out of that start room, so you can get penned in by the imps, and it's no fun. And the shotgunners will hurt quite a bit. There should be one more of them. Fortunately didn't shoot at me. Okay, now let's walk up to, I think it must be this side. Walking to these walls opens them and gives me some much needed shells. So this is the first map where they reuse a bit of music prominently from like a previous map, besides Refinery of course. And I always found it a little bit disappointing that not every map in Doom 1 has its own custom track. But oh well. Actually, should I be killing those pinkies from here? Oh. Where did you come from? Because like I was saying, pinkies are dangerous, so why not take them out from afar if you can. And this map, yeah, it's the epitome of long, mazy design with non-linear area, you know, just sort of like extra side rooms to try and make it feel a bit more, you know, less obvious and linear. Couldn't think of a word other than linear, so I'll just stick to it. It does the job. And look, another lurking Cacodemon. Although, actually, I was saying spawning Vats outside around the back here is actually a place where they finally put Cacodemon somewhere where they can fly free. Given a bit of proper full reign. Now let's just... yeah, I won't come down to this side area just yet, but I'll explore some of these side pockets just a little bit now. I'm thinking of this side. Just to have explored them, to get 100% of the kills and items. Secrets, I mean. Items is a luxury. Let's actually come and do this bit now. I want to try and get the Cacodemons awake and get rid of the lost souls. And okay, I have released the Barons. So let's come down over here and hopefully they're all infighting. Especially the Barons and the Cacodemons, and I can grab the goodies in the meantime. Okay, the Baron's probably angry at someone minor there. And these like heads on a stick are actually really annoying in terms of limiting your movement. Okay. Yes, okay, they're fighting one Cacodemon, they're gonna absolutely wreck the poor thing. Okay, you're not actually angry at the Cacodemon, you're angry at me, and the Cacodemon was just in the way. Come on. Come on, Baron. Okay, let's get the other side. The Cacodemon will fire more regularly, I guess. Come on, what's going on here? Finally. Alright, now it's just you and me, buddy. It's a fair fight. And he got wrecked by the Cacodemon a bit. He didn't really have that much health left, it would seem. Let's help the Cacodemon. See, the Cacodemon needed all the help it could get. Look how much health these Barons have. Now, quick map difference to point out. If you see sort of right under where the chain, or right above now, sorry, where the chain gun is, the sectors weren't closed properly, so that green texture is sort of bleeding in and around the wood texture. They didn't close the sectors properly. So, you can sort of see it on the map, maybe if I zoom in a bit. Yeah, see, it's like a different shape to over here. And they fixed that in later versions and closed the sector properly. Now let's just jump down here. I can hear a pinky roaming about. But now it's time to get on with the rest of the map. And it is, yeah, long, windy and mazy, and I personally don't find it that fun to play. But there is something important about it, in this room especially. I could exit it right now if I really wanted to. Because coming in here, oh, here's a bunch of pinkies, and I would much rather have a berserk right now to be dealing with them. But you got to come in here to press a switch, which enables you to go to the secret exit, which I won't do yet, of course, but this is where it is essentially. The switch raises some stairs over there, allowing you to teleport to the secret exit. Just there. And this hurts, funnily enough, standing next to this. Kind of slightly creative usage of damaging floors, which they abandoned later on and just basically left them all being slime or lava. Okay, I have no idea what that switch does, but I guess I'll press it. And we ought to just snake through all these little side pocket rooms to get 100% kills. Oh, there's another one. So I may as well grab that because I don't intend to ever come back here. That's just those side pocket rooms we go through here. Okay. So one of the reasons I don't like this map so much is that it's very hard to like backtrack to certain areas, like it doesn't connect to itself very well. So if you want to go and get all the kills and secrets, you've got to like snake around to the regular exit and then come all the way back. I haven't grabbed the chainsaw, but I guess I'm going to have to come back and just shotgun these guys. Otherwise they'll start following me around the map. Maybe I should go get the plasma rifle now. Which we do by coming through here, I think, and then down this way. And so we're on the other side of the vines that I was just at. But if you come over here, this wall has a slightly different texture. There's a Baron in a cage in this room randomly, which we'll just ignore for now because I would much rather deal with him with the plasma rifle. And this is a giant sort of secret area out here. It actually does have another Cacodemon who's not just lurking, so there you go. Starting to prove me wrong. And on the end of this bridge here is a plasma rifle, which will help me to hopefully speed through the rest of the map. Certainly will help with the Barons. There's a few more Barons, or at least a couple. Including the one in the cage, just over there. And And there is more cells and a teleporter down in the nukage there, but that will teleport me back to the start. So obviously I don't want to do that just yet. I've got to kill this guy. And now we can go jump in the slime here. And you've got to run all the way around here. And we're at the start. So, excuse me while I try and remember the layout of this map. I think I want to just go through here. Okay, well yeah, there's this room, which I haven't been to yet. This is where you do get the chainsaw. Should probably stop wasting all my precious cells on enemies who don't deserve it. And it's not actually tagged as a secret, but it is of course hidden right here. And okay, that's... Oh, and we're at this room, so I didn't miss too much then. Now instead of going... Well, actually, let's just quickly come and take care of this. These guys are a lot easier to take care of up close, and we get some goodies for doing it. And then that room over there with all the red brick is the way to get to the regular exit. Down this way. And may as well chain gun this guy. There is a rad suit, but I don't really need it. And oh yeah, there's this room first. This very hellish room. There's some cool Doom 1 style textures in it. Well, Doom 1 style, I mean this is Doom 1. Some cool Doom 1 hell textures, which I kind of wish they'd used more prominently in other... like Doom 2 for example. Okay, he's right here. This is who I said I wanted this plasma for. There's also one other part of the map that it's really handy to have plasma for. So I might just get the cacodemons without it, but then I'll use it for... well, okay. There's just two other major caches of enemies. So the regular exit is just here. But what I would like this plasma for is to help me soften up these guys. Okay, that's enough of that. I want to leave myself 60-ish or so for the final bit that I need it. And we'll grab this mega armor as well, because why not? And now we go back to the secret exit. And I believe I have all the secrets, or I've at least sort of like gone past them, and I may have accidentally skipped the line def into a sector to not tag it properly. Okay, I think we want to come back around here, and then here, and then back down these stairs. I'm trying to do this without the map, just for fun. And then back through here, and then this. Yes. And then here, I'm starting to learn, and here, so this is what I want plasma for. Completely surrounded by lost souls in this room. And it's obviously a lot easier to take them out with plasma like that. And did any of them teleport? I sure did. And that's bad because I need to get them 400% kills. But you got to make sure they don't come into this room and use this teleporter, because they'll sit on this teleporter and get blocked. There must be monster blocking line defs, blocking you from ever using it and locking you off from the secret exit. There we go, 100. I do know my stuff a bit better. Now we get to go to, as it appears on the map, the Fortress of Mystery. So let's quickly ID clev to it and get the gimmick going. So this is a gimmick map. This is a full pure-blooded Sandy map. And he loved infighting when he first saw it. He thought infighting was just like the coolest thing. And so he designed this secret map all around the concept. So there's a whole bunch of cacodemons here, and a whole bunch of barons in the start room. And the idea was to lure them all near each other and have them infight. Now there is actually a fair bit of ammo and guns on this map. You can just about take them all out yourself. But this was the idea, so I'm going to deliberately do it the intended way. So this map's actually, I believe, widely regarded as being kind of crap. And I have to admit that's the way I feel about it, but I do respect that it's sort of a product of its time. And so it's not as cool as it used to be, like the novelty is worn off. But it doesn't really hold up. the modern play anymore, unfortunately. Anyway, let's go and get the guns now. Hopefully they'll mostly take care of each other. I knew there'd be a straggler, at least one, who I can take care of. So you do get given the guns. And a bit of ammo, enough to sort of finish the job. 3, 4, and 5 is usually enough. I bet you he'll be very weak now. Weak enough. A little bit more infighting, maybe? Okay, this guy's isolated, so... And you get a computer area map, you even get one in Fortress of Mystery. Alright, there's no need to grab the chainsaw. Okay, let's... Oh, I haven't grabbed the shotgun yet somehow. So yeah, if you don't know that the whole point of it is about the infighting, it can seem like a very strange map. And it's, yeah, not that fun by modern standards, but oh well. An interesting part of Doom history. And then to get out, you're supposed to somehow figure out that you can open this. Now I'm pretty sure some of these areas, like part of this room, is tagged as a secret. Certainly it is in later versions. And so I'm going to try and be very careful to like stand in every sector here and see if I get it. No. See, so what happens in old school Doom is that if there are 0 secrets in a map, it says 0%. So either nothing is tagged as a secret, or I didn't manage to stand in one of the tagged sectors properly. Or actually, no, there is a secret with another soul sphere, I think, and I've just missed it. Silly of me. Anyway, the beginning of this map on a pistol start is actually quite crazy. You only get given this and the rocket launcher, and then in this room are these guys. So try and use the rockets on this guy, and then do that. There we go. That saves me from pistoling the Cacodemon. And then here we go, this is the start door, right? But where on earth does it go? The world's thinnest elevator, I guess? Funny stuff. Anyway, this is a pure sandy map. And I think this is the first map he made for id Software. And when they saw this map, they were like, yep, you got the job. And it is quite fun, actually. This is one of the better ones. Okay, and instead of a rad suit, he just gave you a whole heap of medkits. Now this first bit here can get nasty, but just use the berserk. Because you're surrounded by pinkies in these little narrow corridors. But the berserk shall set you free. This is the map that famously the speedrun causes you to glide outside the whole map and press the exit switch from like outside the geometry. And of course it finishes with the very famous fake exit. So here we go into this like non-linear side room style design, which is prominent in episode 2. Seems like Sandy decided to sort of stick in line with what Tom had already been doing. And here we go, one of like 4 or 5 light goggles on this map, which I will now take into the spooky, spooky maze. So this bit's actually really dark if you don't have the light goggles. And apparently it was quite inspirational to the guys, like Sandy made this and everyone thought, oh, there's the Baron, okay, well, at least I know where he is. And I have a couple of rockets, so if I can just punch this guy, I can use the rockets. But I don't want to go too much further into the maze and get myself trapped. I've kind of got myself trapped. Let's use those rockets I'm talking about. I'm getting myself trapped. It's exactly what I said I didn't want to do. And there's a pinky the other side of the guy. Okay, I've extricated myself. Was this where I've already been? Yes, and what were these guys standing on? Rockets and so on. Alright, let's find this Baron again quick. Meet him before he meets me. Hello. Don't want to get myself trapped in with the Baron. So even with the light goggles, this is managing to be a little bit spooky. Being trapped in close quarters with the Baron is always a little bit area. Okay, I don't think I have a computer area map yet, which is actually good because it'll help me use the auto map to find out where I have or haven't been. No chain gun, so here we go. Berserking Cacodemons is very tough to do, to the point of basically being a no-go. Not even good players really do it. Okay. I think it's about time to map scum, although I'm pretty sure I haven't been here. Oh yes, I have. Okay, I think I have explored the entirety of that part of the maze, so now we come to this bit, using slightly more tech-based textures. And here we go, this is how dark it usually appears. And you don't actually get the light goggles in this bit, other than the ones that I already found, of course. Alright. We continue through the maze. It's just you here, it would seem. Okay, but that's opened yet another monster closet. Okay, I saw that guy, but he's gone somewhere else. We get this. So the maze ends up being worth it because the plasma rifle is just OP in Doom 1. Ah. Okay, it's necessary immediately, it would seem. I reward you with a little bit of cells. Okay, just double checking. So yeah, this maze is quite huge. And it impressed the guys that did. But I don't know. Mazy level design in Doom, it's a bit of a cliche these days. And when you've played a lot of mazes, you start to get over them just a little bit. This one, of course, gets a pass, though, for being the OG. Or one of the OGs. Okay. And there aren't actually that many secrets in this map. So I think indicative of the fact that Sandy made it from scratch, yeah, just not, and it was his first one, not that many secrets. Alright, let's just check any other parts of the maze that I haven't really explored. Yes, one. All the way down here. Didn't fully look in this bit. And good thing I did come to check. Oh, you do get one more set of light goggles. Pretty sure that colour of Startown, like I said, they ditched it after Doom 1. Even the green one here, I think. I can't remember it in Doom 2 anyway. Probably isn't, I'm just totally forgetting, but whatever. Alright, this lets me back out, so I think I've explored the entire maze now. And, yep, now I'm back out. And we can continue. And coming down here allows me to show off the one and only place in all of the iWads that they used, this particular texture. This one. It's a little bit cheesy, I guess, so I guess I can see why they got rid of it, but it's kind of fun. There was actually a lot more iconography style textures in, like the beta, the alpha and the beta, which they decided to ditch, and they only kept some of, like the yellow sign, triangle sign that says radiation and poison, and this thing, funnily enough. Alright, now we come to this area. Okay, that's who I hear. So this area has many branching paths, which actually have some fairly nasty traps in them. Okay, well I've come to the yellow key first by accident. Fair enough. I think this is the only one that you have to come to. Obviously because you get the yellow key. But even though they're not really like hidden, a couple of the other rooms are tagged as secrets, so I'll have to go to them. Also to, like, you know, kill people. And look, another set of light goggles, so whatever, may as well. When the Lost Souls breathing sound is pitch shift like that, it really does sort of make it sound pretty weak. Okay, that's that trap. Now, which one's this? Is this to the fake exit? Yes, it is. So I don't want to do it just yet. Got to come to this door, I guess. Yes, so standing on that platform is required because it's tagged as a secret. Might use this. I do not have a chain gun. It's actually really annoying. I'm getting penned in here. It's time to get myself out of this situation. Damn, I'm getting brutalized by these guys. Look at my health now. It's actually going to be worth going on like a long search for more health. That was hectic. Because the other room in here, hang on. Oh, that's, okay, that's the room I mean. That room is crazy. Okay, here's a little bit of health. I might have to go back to the rest of the map, unfortunately. Which is all the way down here. And grab some more health. Because there's no way I'm going in that room where you get the chain gun with 15 health. It sounds like there's... oh, that's right. Monster closets open up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Did I leave some medkits? Yes. Fortunate. And a stim pack over here I see. All worth it. Here are my light goggles running out. I know there are a couple of barons in one of these monster closets that's opened up as well. But I do have quite a lot of rockets now. Stop walking around the side of me. Quit flanking me. Okay, here's one of them. So that's worked out. I think there's another baron stuck behind, yeah. He's stuck behind those pinkies, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. And have they come out of this one? It's just some shells. Alright, well, there's no need to bother you guys right now. I will be back here. 50 health is absolutely not ideal for going in the chain gun room, but it looks like it's what I'm dealing with. Just have to see how I go. I know which one is it. This one. So you can't just stand at the door. You've got to come in here because there's a crusher. And it hurts a lot. Okay, this room is actually not as hectic as I remember. I haven't taken any damage yet at all, funnily enough. Still, better to be safe than sorry. And that just opens the door to let you back out. And there's another set of light goggles. So see this crusher wickedly placed. Right, it's fake exit time, I guess. Which is up here. Have I got everything? Yeah. Why do I feel like there's no? There's not. Okay, but what you can do is cheese the fake exit by just running straight back. And there's just some cacodemons after all the shotgunners are dead. And they will eventually sort of fly up to the door and you can rocket them. Although I have plenty of shells. I'll shoot him with the shotgun while I wait for them to float up here and then hit him with rockets. Just like this. Okay, it sounds like there's another one. But I guess only one, so... all good to jump down here. And let's quickly go and get the Soul Sphere to sort my health out. And yeah, wicked fake exit. Sandy, you naughty boy. All this does is just loop back around to here. And give you a computer area map. I think every map, even Fortress of Mystery, only Deimos Anomaly didn't have one. And yeah, so here's an unfortunate thing that you have to do. Doom 1 episode 2 style, track all the way back. But that's what these monster closets are about, and I already sprung them. So do I have like a nice vantage point to shoot these rockets? Sort of. These pinkies are stuck inside each other. That's what's happening here. We're stuck inside the wall even. Ooh. Just assumed he'd be dead. Okay. So there is actually something down here that I've missed. Ah, this is probably a secret. Then the only other thing it looks like I've missed is the real exit. So let's see if I get 100-100 on this one. So here it is. Walls of the dam cleared. Spawning vats. So this is the one I was talking about that I actually do quite like. Hectic start. And I think the best way to approach it is to come this way. Quickly get yourself a shotgun. This is the origin of this track, which I actually really quite like. And so this one does a really cool job of like merging, like I was saying earlier, like the tech base being overrun by hell feel. This is like a really early Tom Hall map. And this area here that I'm walking into, you know, this room is like exactly the same from some very early versions of the alpha. Now I don't actually have a berserk. There's a Baron coming after me now, and there is an invulnerability there, but I don't even have a chainsaw to deal with him, so I'm gonna have to just bail for a sec. What I'm really looking for is, yeah, okay, this room down here has a berserk and an invulnerability and lots of pinkies, so don't know if I grab that berserk. No, I did actually die because they got all in my way. That is embarrassing. It's going to happen again because I'm completely stuck. It's almost worth just a reset for that. Oh, I'd made it all the way to spawning vats and then got just penned in by those. And yeah, it did happen again because they just pen you in. See, that's just obviously a bad tactic. Did it fine the first time and now I've just got myself killed a couple of times. See what I mean though, they feel so much more dangerous in this. They just really do. Alright, I'm gonna come this way straight up now though. And try and go get that berserk safely, relatively speaking. So rather than go the way I went, maybe I should just make a beeline straight for the invulnerability. What's gonna happen to me again? This is really, really embarrassing now. If I hadn't come this far into the playthrough already, I would genuinely consider... Oh, hang on. Pinkies will be following me. Genuinely consider restarting the whole thing. But here we go. I know some of you wanted to see outtakes. Well, these aren't really outtakes because I'm leaving them in. But here you go. Here's me dying a couple of times. Because of pinkies, of all things. I'm telling you, they are more dangerous in this version. They really are. And that container room... I'm just trying to make a beeline for the invulnerability and the berserk and it's just not working. I might have to actually like run them around a bit more. Okay, so I know I'm locked in here now. Okay, so drag them over to me a bit so I'm not completely surrounded by them. And here we go. Now I can actually get up here and get this. And then I can shock my way over to the berserk. Imagine how much this would be hurting. Alright. Now quickly. So this is what I was trying to do in the first place. But they just penned me in. Man, this invulnerability is going to run out well before I've killed them all. But what I can do is bottleneck them here. Okay. Should be all good now. But yeah, okay, so anyway, this map. Let's talk about the map. This container room I think is like really old school Tom Hall. And I actually quite like it. It's relatively realistic looking for a Doom map. Which is quite interesting. And this map has like some really good examples of sandy retexturing stuff. Which I should just continue the way I was going. Which I'll point out as we get there because there are some old school rooms in this that were around since the very start. This room being one of them. This room used to not have the sky as the ceiling, and it was meant to be like a big hangar bay. So Sandy sort of added in this nukage and gave it the sky, and now it's this just sort of weird outside area. Spawning vats. Obviously I'm trying to get these guys to fight, and look, these guys just randomly hang from nothing in the sky. Maybe an oversight from when they were there when this room did have a ceiling. Actually, I should be using this opportunity to, well, now I've ruined it. I was going to start punching the Baron, but then he won, and I shot the Cacodemon, so he's not going to start infighting. So I'm doing this. If you've seen the start I had to this map, then you know that I'm not going to bother trying to punch out the Baron, because it probably won't work out for me. Okay, there's a switch around here somewhere, I think. That's what opens the door. Get plenty of ammo in here, but I'll need to berserk these guys to get to it. Oh, I can't believe I died, what was it, 3 times to Pinkies at the start? Yeah, let's just come back for those guys. I'm still in shock and disbelief. Yeah, but yes, some of these rooms, like these little sort of like techie computer rooms, they're actually really cool. I think they're all Tom designs. I guess I have to grab all of this, and I really want the computer area map for this map. So yeah, I kind of wish the whole rest of the episode had a lot more of this feel to it. I mean, it kind of does, especially like E2M2. But there are also some maps like, you know, E2M5 and E2M6 which sort of don't. And I prefer this style of map to those. I think spawning Vats is just like a little personal favourite of mine from episode 2, other than map 1, I would say. Okay. Now I can go to this bit, and I have the Berserk this time, so if I push forwards and get that invulnerability, I can just punch out the Baron quite safely, although I have a partial invisibility. I was wondering what's going on. Of course, I'm partially invisible. That's what's going on. Yeah, you bet you're wondering what's going on there, friend. He died pretty quickly. That was not many Berserk punches. Must have got some really high damage rolls. Okay. Pinky, you guys are scary. Glad I have an invulnerability to deal with you guys. Should have just kept punching him, not sure why I didn't. Whoa. Who's doing all this teleporting? You guys. Okay, I don't have the red key yet, so I want the rocket launcher, but I'll come back there when I have the red key, because I remember what that is. That is one of the secrets. Okay, here, we're in the main, like, computer complex bit. And it allows me to show off some of these rooms I'm talking about that are old as time. Some of the oldest rooms in Doom that are still in the game. So these rooms, I think this like hallway area here and all these like rooms were designed by Tom Hall. And this little like knob bit here, that was in like one of the earliest alphas. This room I think was in one of the earliest alphas, but there's a very cool room around here somewhere soon. This room, which has a Cacodemon in it nowadays. But where I am right now, what we're shooting this Cacodemon through, this like little low bit here in this area, is the original from the very first alpha with the Marines standing around a table playing cards where you were meant to start the entire game. It's right here, it's this room. Pretty cool, it's still in the final game, although tucked away as some sort of like side room with a Cacodemon in map 7, but here it is. You're meant to start here with the office chairs and the cards and everything, this is it. And so a lot of these rooms are sort of moved around, probably by Sandy a bit. I know this is where I came from. Actually, have I explored all of this? No. Ah, of course, but I don't have the yellow key, so I'll have to come back. I've come here a bit too early, it would seem. Where haven't I been? I was teleporting constantly, whatever. Oh yeah, there's this area right here. It's all dark and scary. That's okay. Okay, I really actually wish I hadn't picked that up. Because now I'll have to double switch every time I want to go use the Berserk. Okay, plasma rifle though. Handy. And I think that's everything out here, yep. So this area, that area there, and this like wobbly corridor here, been in the game for a long, long time. Oh no, this is where I just was and was trying to get away from. I need to go find where the yellow key is. Oh, here's the blue key door. Oh yeah, that pinky there didn't wake up when I opened the door. Okay, love getting the chain gun. Let's just explore everywhere. Okay. Ah, this is how you get to here. Alright, let's just go down this other set of stairs though. I've already been there. Oh yes. Whoop. Don't surround me, I know how dangerous that is. We've all seen it. No idea what that switch does, but whatever. Another optional room, but it's pretty cool looking. This texture's a bit weird though. I'm not so against them having dropped that brown with the blue in it texture. And let's jump down here to go to the yellow key door. Because that should lead to more of Tom Hall's mazy but actually quite cool tech-basey stuff. It's funny, I know like episode 2 maps are actually held in really high regard by quite a lot of people. I think E2M2 I saw on DoomWiki won like a poll a few years back as being the best of the id Software created maps. I mean, I certainly wouldn't put it anywhere near my number 1, but you know, power to the people. If everyone likes it, that's cool. E2M2 is pretty cool. You know, these sort of areas are actually really quite well designed. It's pretty cool use of the engine from someone relatively new to the concept. Okay, and now I have all the keys, so what I can do, if I figure everything out, is go back to, well see, this should allow me to basically just go straight to the exit. But I do need to go back and get a secret, which isn't that far away, it was just in here. These guys who are teleporting constantly. And then you can come here, and this itself is a secret, I think. And then if I go to the start, it will have opened up a little passageway, which I really could have used at the start, given the start that I had. A supercharge and cells. Now I can go and exit, because I think that's going to be everything. I should consult the automap one last time, but okay. The exit room obviously isn't, revealed. Let's see. All of spawning vats, so here we go. The iconic, the now completely constructed Tower of Babel. Just will start this one. These textures of the dead barons are so cool. Also, I think as Romero said one time that their blood isn't green, it's just what they throw. But then why do these textures have green blood all through them, eh? Why indeed. Okay, can't come in this one first. I'll grab this because why not? But what I want is the one that has the rocket launcher, which must be this one. And here we go, this is iconic. These guys count as kills obviously, but you don't even get the level end stat screen, so I won't worry about them too much. I'll worry about the guy who we are dueling. The Tower of Babel. And rockets are the toughest way to dispose of cyber demons, because he's immune to splash damage. So I'm not I guess they sort of realised that. I mean, they must have made him immune to splash damage so that he can't hurt himself with his own rockets. But it also means that forcing you to rocket duel him is actually the toughest possible way to take him on. And with all these lost souls around the place, it's really quite devilish. This is definitely a much tougher boss battle than the final one against the spider demon. I'm just sort of wandering around now to try and get these lost souls to take each other out a bit so that I don't end up rocketing myself in the face too badly. I'm not sure where the Cyber Demon is right now. All I can see is Lost Souls. Let's run around a bit and find the guy. I'm using all my rockets on the Lost Souls. I need to stock up on rockets. Okay, here are some. I assume he's around this portion. No? I hear him, but I don't see him anywhere. Oh, he's got himself stuck in the room with all the rockets. Surely he's come out now. No, he's still stuck in there. Well. Can we die? This low resolution makes it just that little bit harder to see whether he's got his firing frame active or not. And if the rockets are coming at you or not. So that adds to the challenge, of course, compared to modern iterations of the game. So I actually want to drag him quite far away from here because the majority of the rockets that I haven't grabbed are in that room that he was in just there. So come down here, would you? And now I'll run all the way around and hopefully he keeps coming that way and gets stuck for a second. I can grab all those rockets. Well, here are some. Unfortunately, some Lost Souls are stuck in there. And yeah, here they are. Hopefully this is enough rockets to get the job done. Where are you? He got in there, he got in one of these rooms again. So yeah, rocket dueling the Cyber Demon, the least fun way to get rid of him, but there he goes. And I've done it. Well, we've done it. Thank you all for watching if you are still here. You've done it. The hideous Cyber Demon Lord that ruled the Lost Deimos moonbase has been slain, and you are triumphant. But where are you? You clamber to the edge of the moon and look down to see the awful truth. Deimos floats above hell itself. You've never heard of anyone escaping from hell, but you'll make the bastards sorry they ever heard of you. Quickly, you rappel down to the surface of hell. Now, it's on to the final chapter of Doom. Inferno. Indeed, and I believe if I press space we'll get to see the really cool picture of the Deimos moonbase floating above hell. So instead of the ordering screen, now you get this cool picture. So yeah, there's episode 2 of the original Doom, played in DosBox, version 1.1, keyboard controls only, of course. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and yeah, at some point in the future I'll continue on to Inferno. And if you're wondering why I didn't really point out many differences in E2M6, E2M7 or E2M8 or E2M9 for that matter, because there wasn't really any worth pointing out. There's a couple of small ones, they're mostly to do with multiplayer or like enemy placement, really minor stuff, nothing to sort of point out. Anyway, that's me out for now. I'll see you next time, and peace.